This is the Minnesota Quiz Bowl, a 32-team round-robin competition featuring top scholars from area high schools. This program comes to you live from Minneapolis North High School and is produced in part by students in the KBEM Magnet and the television production program, part of the Technical Careers Magnet in the Minneapolis Public Schools. The Minnesota Quiz Bowl is made possible in part by grants from the 3M Company, Deluxe Check Printers Incorporated, the Minneapolis Star and Tribune, and Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota. Now here is the host of the Minnesota Quiz Bowl, Roy Finden.
Well, welcome. Welcome to another evening in the Minnesota Quiz Bowl. Brand new year. Got some brand new questions that I know you're going to enjoy. And the teams that are participating in tonight's contest are from St. Thomas Academy and from Rosemount High School. And as usual, we're going to start our program with our rapid round of quick questions for quick points. We're all set. Let's begin. Here's the first one that's valued at 5 points. On March 31st, 1964, what group had the number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 singles on the...
Johnson, Rosemount. The Beatles?
The Beatles is right. That's right, for 5 points for Rosemount. Here's a 10-point question. A brig is a sailing vessel. What is a brigand?
LaPitz, Rosemount.
A rube.
Incorrect. Brady, St. Thomas.
It's a sort of a thief.
Correct.
That it is, yes. A robber or a thief is right. That's what a brigand is. That's valued at 10 points. Here's another 10-pointer. Scientists say volcanic eruptions in the Soviet Arctic could help explain how what 2 continents have drifted.
Brady, St. Thomas.
Europe and North America?
No. Can you take it, Rosemount?
Huyck, Rosemount.
North America and Australia?
No, it's North America and Asia that have been drifting. No points for that one. Here's another 10-pointer. In hockey, 3 goals in one game is called a hat.
Wollan, St. Thomas.
After sombrero?
No, and I'll complete it for Rosemount, called a hat trick when you roll 3 strikes in a row. What's it?
LaPitz, Rosemount.
Turkey.
Right, in bowling is turkey. That's good for 10 points. Now, a 15-pointer. If an aviator ascends to a height of 17,000 feet, how many feet over 3 miles does he go?
No consultation, Rosemount.
Time is up on that one. The answer is 1,160 feet. No 15 points for that one on mathematics. Here's a 20-point question. Does not require paper and pencil. Try this. Charlie Chan wasn't the only Oriental movie detective of the 1930s. There was also Mr. Moto, played by what small Transylvanian actor whose other films included M, The Man Who Knew Too Much, The Maltese Falcon, and Casablanca?
Varco, St. Thomas.
Humphrey Bogart?
No. Can you take it, Rosemount? Peter Lorre. Peter Lorre, yes, he was Transylvanian. Here's a 5-pointer. Bethesda, Chevy Chase, and Silver Springs are all part...
Varco, St. Thomas.
Suburbs of Washington, D.C.
No, and I'll complete for Rosemount, are all parts of the metropolitan area of Washington, D.C. In what state are they located?
Huyck, Rosemount.
Virginia?
No, they're in Maryland. Maryland. Now for 15 points. The capsule of a climbing orchid provides us with what popular and fragrant flavoring substance? It's vanilla. Sure enough, vanilla from the climbing orchid. Here's a 10-point question of Rhapsody in Blue, Maple Leaf Rag, St. Louis Blues, and Grand Canyon Suite. Which could be labeled concert jazz?
Brady, St. Thomas.
Maple Leaf Rag?
No, can you take it, Rosemount?
Sandborg, Rosemount.
Rhapsody in Blue?
Yes, it is. Rhapsody in Blue for 10 points. Now a 15-pointer. Perry discovered the North Pole. Louis Blériot made the first flight across the English Channel. William Howard Taft was sworn in as the 27th President of the United States. What was the year?
Varco, St. Thomas.
1917?
No. Can you take it, Rosemount? It was 1909. 1909. Now for 5 points. What's the name of the home computer made by Coleco?
Wollan, St. Thomas.
The Commodore. The Commodore.
No.
Sandborg, Rosemount.
The Atom.
The Atom is right for 10 points. And just at that moment, our computerized timepiece has told us we've come to the end of the first round of today's game. And at that point, we'll look over at the scoreboard and find the score as Rosemount 35 and St. Thomas Academy 10. And we've just... We get on to more of the questions. Let's meet the people who are participating in tonight's contest. First, here are the players from Rosemount High School.
Sandborg. I'm a senior this year at Rosemount High School, and I like foreign languages.
Steve Johnson, I'm a senior. I like DP Physics and Humanities.
Ed Huyck, I'm a junior and I like humanities.
John LaPitz, I'm a senior this year at Rosemount. My favorite classes are DP Physics and Humanities.
Now, here are the players from St. Thomas Academy.
I'm Tim Varecka. I'm a junior and I like gaming.
I'm Bob Wollan. I'm a senior at St. Thomas, and I like history and science.
My name is Arthur Brady. I'm a senior at St. Thomas, and I'm interested in economics.
My name is Rick Varco. I'm a junior at St. Thomas, and I like set design.
Now, here are the officials for tonight's teams. They are the coaches for tonight's teams from Rosemount High School. It's LaRae Ellingson, and the coach from St. Thomas Academy is Girres. And immediately to my right, as usual, is the official who is the judge of all of tonight's rights and wrongs. Everything that's right and wrong in the contest is handled by Tod Eggenberger. He's a referee judge, immediate past president of the national champion University of Minnesota College Bowl team. And he is all set. You're all set?
All set.
Make all of the judgments. So let's move on with more questions. Now we're into our bonus round. After correctly answering a toss-up question, team gets an opportunity as a group to answer some bonus questions, so there are lots more points. The score continues to be mighty close. Let's see what happens. First, here's the qualifying toss-up question for 10 points. A tomato scare where an illegal pesticide was believed...
Sandborg, Rosemount.
Attack of the killer tomatoes.
No, that's incorrect, and I'll complete for St. Thomas Academy, where an illegal pesticide was believed to have been used by some farmers in their tomatoes, recently threatened the production of spaghetti sauces in what nation?
Brady, St. Thomas.
In Italy.
Yes, it was, in Italy. That's right. Good for 10 points, and now here's the bonus for St. Thomas Academy. 10 points apiece for giving me these geographical names relating to gold. The harbor of Istanbul.
The Gold Port.
No, it's Golden Horn. Golden Horn for Istanbul Harbor. How about this for 10 points? A former British colony in West Africa.
The Gold Coast.
Gold Coast is right. Yes, 1 out of 2 of those answers right for 10 bonus points. The next bonus will be a 30-pointer. Here's the 10-point toss-up. TWA, United, American, Pan Am, or Delta. With which airline do we associate the name of corporate raider
Brady, St. Thomas.
With TWA.
Yes, that's correct for the 10 points. Here's the bonus for St. Thomas. 10 points apiece for identifying these legendary black musicians. First, the leading trumpeter in jazz history, famous for his gravelly voice.
Louis Armstrong.
Louis Armstrong.
That's right. What jazz musician and composer led his own orchestra from 1923 to 1974?
Duke Ellington.
That's right. And for 10, he was an innovative pianist and composer of ragtime music.
Scott Joplin.
Yes, it is. All 3 of those are right for 30 bonus points. There's another 30-pointer in that one, all about horses. Here's the qualifying toss-up for 10. Everybody knows Pete Rose surpassed Ty Cobb's all-time hit record, but do you know how many hits he had to make to tie?
Wollan, St. Thomas.
4,191.
That's correct. For 10 points, here's the bonus.
Horses.
I want you to identify each of the following expressions which contain the word horse. Telling an overeager person to restrain himself.
Hold your horses.
Hold your horses.
That's right. That's for 5 points. For 5, describes the pre-automobile age.
Horse and buggy era.
Horse and
Horse and buggy era.
That's correct for 5. For 10 points, follows love and marriage in an old favorite song.
Horse and carriage. Horse and carriage.
No, it goes together like a horse and carriage. For 10 points, a phrase one might say that denotes the futility of continuing to expect work or profit from something.
Beating a dead, whipping it, or beating a dead horse.
Beating a dead horse?
That's right. So we had 3 of the 4 correct answers for a total of 20 bonus points. Now we're working on another 20-pointer. Here's the 10-point toss-up. Many people believe the spy service of what country was responsible for the destruction of a Greenpeace ship?
Brady, St. Thomas.
France.
Yes, correct for 10. Here's the bonus for St. Thomas Academy. For 5 points and 15 points, I want you to tell me the answers to these questions about unions. First, who served as president of the Screen Actors Guild from 1947 to 1952?
Ronald Reagan.
That's right for 5 points. And now for 15 points, name either of the 2 biggest musical performing rights organizations. They're ASCAP and BMI, the Music Performing Rights Societies. But you had 1 bonus answer right for 5 points. Next is 15-point bonus. Here's the next toss-up for 10 points. The U.S. currently imports 66% of its platinum, 55% of its chromium, and 61% of its cobalt.
Brady, St. Thomas.
South Africa?
That's right. That's the country from which it imports all those things. Right for 10 points, and here is the bonus. What, for 5 points, the subject here is the moon. These are 5 points each. This is all having to do with the moon. Identify Beethoven's most popular piano sonata.
Moonlight Sonata. Moonlight Sonata.
That's right. What does clair de lune mean?
Light.
French people?
The light of the moon.
The light of the moon.
That is correct.
For 5 points. And finally, for 5, finish this line. Shine on, shine on.
Harvest moon.
Harvest moon.
That's right. Yes, all 3 answers right for 15 bonus points. Next, there's a 20-pointer. Here's the next toss-up for 10. Due to racial policies, the sale of South African Krugerrand gold coins is down. However, the sale of Panda gold coins has soared. What country?
Brady, St. Thomas.
China?
Yes, China mints the Panda gold coin. Good for 10 points. And now the bonus for St. Thomas Academy. I'll name 4 capital cities, and for 5 points apiece, you supply the corresponding countries. Canberra.
Australia.
That's right. Addis Ababa.
Ethiopia.
Correct. Bangkok.
Thailand.
Right. Ankara.
Turkey.
Turkey is right. Yes, all 5 capitals right for 20 points. Next is a 30-point bonus. Here's the 10-point toss-up. Hans Joachim Tiege recently defected from what country to what country?
Varco, St. Thomas.
From West Germany to East Germany?
That's right, for 10 points. Good, here's the bonus. 15 points apiece for identifying the following artists. The French Impressionist who painted Impression, Sunrise.
Monet or Monet?
Monet.
Monet is right for 15 points. The Dutch master who painted The Night Watch.
Rembrandt? Or
Raphael.
Rembrandt?
Rembrandt.
Yes, it was. That's correct. So both answers right for 30 points. Another 30-pointer is waiting. Here's the 10-point toss-up. Senator Paul Laxalt, a close friend of President Reagan, announced his retirement at the end of the present term. He represents which Western?
Brady, St. Thomas.
Nevada.
Yes, the senator from Nevada. Right, for 10 points. In this bonus question, I want you to name these religious classics. For 5 points, which classic by Lew Wallace has a famous chariot race in it?
Ben-Hur.
Correct, for 5. For 10 points, what allegorical classic was written in an English jail? It's Pilgrim's Progress. For 15 points, what famous religious book by Sienkiewicz tells of Peter in Rome and the persecution of the Christians there?
Apocryphal.
The AD or the last days of Pompeii? The catacombs, yeah.
In the catacombs.
No, it's Quo Vadis, Quo Vadis. But you had one of those bonus answers right for 5 points. And I heard the bell. That means we've come already to the halfway mark of tonight's match. We'll confirm that halftime score and return for more of tonight's questions in just a minute.
Nor do the teams have any idea as to the type or general nature of the questions. The producers place a great deal of confidence in the enormous range of knowledge exhibited by today's young people here on the Minnesota Quiz Bowl.
Now, here it is, the score at halftime in tonight's contest. We find that the score has totaled up so far to show 225 points for St. Thomas Academy, Rosemount with 35. Full one half remaining. Let's see what happens. More toss-up followed by bonus questions. The next is a 20-point bonus. Here's the toss-up for 10. Big gun, going down the mine, hanging 10, and wipeout.
Wollan, St. Thomas.
Terms in surfing.
Yes, they are. That's what they are for 10 points. And now here is the bonus, a 20-pointer for St. Thomas Academy. Many words and expressions in our language are based on biblical literature. I'll give you the meaning, and for 5 points apiece, you supply the figure of speech. To welcome with a feast.
Kill the fatted calf.
Kill the fatted calf.
Kill the fatted calf.
That's right. A person who has pity for and helps another unselfishly.
Good Samaritan.
Right. A paradise.
Garden of Eden.
A Garden of Eden.
That's right. A hypocritical person.
The high priest, you know, like
A Pharisee.
Pharisee.
A Pharisee.
Pharisee is right. Yes, all 4 of those bonus answers right for 20 points. Next, we have a presidential bonus for 20 points. Here's the 10-point toss-up. According to Virgil, what famous Greek veteran of the Trojan War...
Varco, St. Thomas.
Aeneas.
I'll complete it for Rosemount. Veteran of the Trojan War refuses to make war against Aeneas in Italy. It's Diomedes. Here's another 10-point toss-up. We still have that 20-point bonus waiting. Here's the toss-up. A proposed law that is presented to Congress for passage or rejection is called what?
LaPitz, Rosemount.
A bill.
A bill is right, yes, for 10 points. Here's the bonus for Rosemount. I'll give you the background. You name the president. He was Assistant Secretary of the Navy under William McKinley, Governor of New York, and Vice President.
Richard Nixon.
No, it's Theodore Roosevelt. How about this one for 10? He was Assistant Secretary of the Navy under Wilson and Governor of New York.
Roosevelt.
More specific.
Franklin Delano Roosevelt.
That's right, it was Franklin Roosevelt. So 1 out of 2 right for 10 bonus points. Now we're working on a 30-pointer. Here's the 10-point toss-up. In order, list the first 5 letters of the Greek alphabet. They're alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon. Here's another 10-point toss-up. This specially designed glass tube is calibrated to measure such things as the density and specific gravity of the liquid in which it is immersed. It is commonly used...
Varco, St. Thomas.
Hydrometer.
That's what it is. That's correct. Yes, for 10 points. Here's the bonus for St. Thomas Academy. 10 points apiece, and we'll ask you to count backwards from 6 to 4 with the answers to these clues. Something all women have been said to have.
Sixth sense. A sixth sense?
Yes, that's right. A Russian national economic program under Stalin.
A 5-year plan.
That's right. And finally, for another 10, a person who bluffs or cannot prove his claims.
4 cards straight.
It's four-flusher, four-flusher, four-flusher. But 2 out of 3 were right for 20 points. There is another 20-pointer coming up. Here's the next 10-point toss-up. There are 2 Greek tragedies called Electra, written by 2 different but famous Greek writers. The first around 414 B.C., the second around 413 B.C. Name these 2 writers. Sophocles and Euripides. Here's another 10-point toss-up. The Art Ross Trophy is awarded for what hockey achievement?
Wollan, St. Thomas.
The best defenseman.
No, can you take it, Rosemount?
Huyck, Rosemount.
Goals in the season?
That's incorrect.
It's the player who scores the most points for the Art Ross Trophy. Here's another 10-point toss-up. At 95, he performed with the cast on the opening night of this play. Name the performer, and you've named the play. Eubie Blake, 95 years old. Here's another 10-point toss-up. Simplify the following expression. The square root of 20 plus the square root of 5.
Varco, St. Thomas.
5 times the square root of 5.
No, can you take it, Rosemount?
Johnson, Rosemount.
3 times square root of 5.
Yes, right, for 10 points. Now, the bonus for Rosemount. In this bonus, I want you to identify the following Simons. I'll just check with Todd to be sure that's the right question. Am I where
That's
I should
correct.
be? Okay, good. Identify the following Simons. For 5 points, the vocalist who recorded 50 Ways to Leave Your Lover.
Simon Garfunkel?
No, it's Paul Simon. Paul Simon. For 10 points, the character played by Roger Moore in The Saint.
Simon Temple.
No, it's Simon Templar. Simon Templar. And here's the last one for 15 points. The economist and former Treasury Secretary who wrote A Time for Truth.
Richard Simon?
No, it's William Simon. William Simon. So we had no bonus points on that one. The next bonus is a 15-pointer. Here's the 10-point toss-up. When a new state enters the Union, the flag of the United States gains another star. When is the new flag with the additional star traditionally adopted?
Varco, St. Thomas.
On Flag Day.
No, can you take it, Rosemount?
1st of
Huyck, Rosemount.
The 1st of January?
No, it's the 4th of July. The 4th of July in the year following the adoption. Here's another 10-point toss-up. What's considered to be the official language in the world of aviation?
Brady, St. Thomas.
English?
Yes, that's right. In aviation, it's English. That's for 10 points. Here's the bonus. 5 points apiece for these science questions. What simple machine does a fulcrum support?
A lever. Lever.
A lever.
That's right. What simple machine consists of a flat, slanted surface?
Inclined plane. Inclined plane.
Yes, that's right. What is stored energy or energy of
Kinetic
position
energy.
or condition?
Kinetic energy. Kinetic energy. No, potential.
Potential energy.
That's right. Potential energy is right for 5 points. That's a total of 3 correct bonus answers for 15 bonus points. I have heard the bell. That means we have come to the end of the 3rd period in tonight's contest. And as we head toward our final period, let's check the scoreboard and see where we stand. It's 65 points for Rosemount, 310 for St. Thomas Academy. Now, all that remains is our final rapid round. Quick points again, quick questions. Teams, remember, no consultation. Push the button when you think you have the answer. Here we go for 15 points. Name the 3 states whose boundaries are made up of straight lines only.
Brady, St. Thomas.
Colorado, Wyoming, and...
Time on that one. Can you take it, Rosemount?
Sandborg, Rosemount.
Nevada, Utah, and Arizona.
No, they're Wyoming, Colorado, and Utah. Straight lines only. Here's a 10-pointer. In the 1960s, many student radicals followed the political philosophy of a Columbia University teacher. Was his name Herbert Marcuse, George Santayana, Dylan Thomas, or Timothy Leary?
Johnson, Rosemount.
Timothy Leary.
Wrong. Can you take it, St. Thomas?
Varco, St. Thomas.
George Marcuse.
Well, that's incorrect. The name is Herbert Marcuse. It was George Santayana.
Okay, so we didn't get any points on that one. Here's a 20-pointer. This medical term describes an infection and inflammation of the gums and the membranes that cover the roots of the teeth.
Varco, St. Thomas.
Gingivitis?
No,
Sandborg, Rosemount.
Gingivitis?
no, it's pyorrhea. Pyorrhea. I had a great long description of it here, which didn't get time to read. Okay, time for more points. Here's a 10-pointer. Which of these events happened last? Cadillac founded Detroit. Kit Carson explored Oregon. Daniel Boone explored Kentucky. Hudson sailed up the Chesapeake.
Varecka, St. Thomas.
Kit Carson explored Oregon.
That's right, for 10 points. Here's another 10-pointer. He was the first president in history ever to have dinner with a black man in the White.
Varco, St. Thomas.
Teddy Roosevelt?
Yes, that's right, for 10 points. Now a 5-pointer. The snowy peaks of what mountains mark the end of the Great Plains?
Varco, St. Thomas.
The Rockies?
That's right, Rocky Mountains. That's a 5-pointer. Here's another 5-pointer. Which of the following is a fungiform? The earth, a baseball diamond, a barbell, or the... Oh, and time has run out. That was my favorite question of the whole night when I found out what a fungiform was, but we'll never know. Time has run out. No more time for tonight's contest. We'll confirm the final score and announce tonight's Quiz Bowl winner in just half a minute.
Funding for the Minnesota Quiz Bowl comes in part by membership of the 32 participating schools and by grants from the 3M Company, Deluxe Check Printers Incorporated, the Minneapolis Star and Tribune, and Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Minnesota. Additional support is provided by the Minneapolis Public Schools, the Minneapolis Television Network, KBEM-FM, and Studio North.
Here it is, the final score in tonight's contest. It's St. Thomas Academy with a total score of, trying to read it exactly so I can read it precisely for you, 335 for St. Thomas Academy and 65 points for Rosemount. So congratulations to St. Thomas Academy. Rosemount, thank you very much for being here for another interesting contest here in the evening in the studios on cable television and KBEM radio. Hope you enjoyed it at home, and if so, by all means, be with us on our next contest when we'll find St. Paul Academy meeting Simley High here on the Minnesota Quiz Bowl.
The Minnesota Quiz Bowl is produced in the radio and television studios of Minneapolis North Community High School. The executive producer for the Minnesota Quiz Bowl is Robert Montesano. The televised portion is produced and directed by David Nielsen. And this is Steve Rotman inviting you to join us next time on the Minnesota Quiz Bowl.